right now.
Yes, it is that time of our show.
Chia.
The Retwist, of course.
Yeah.
And today we are talking about debatably the most controversial man on the planet right now, 6ix9ine himself.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna argue with you on that, man. It's Tekashi.
A lot going on in that status of things and that
Whole lot.
a whole lot.
Yes.
Locc, what you got for us today, brother?
Like AT just said, we talking about 6ix9ine. All right.
6ix9ine,
And we've been talking
Tekashi
about
6ix9ine.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, his government name, no, I'm playing. But we've been talking about demons today and about trials and tribulations. Not necessarily literally trials, but trials and tribulations, insecurities, weaknesses, all these things, man. And personally, I feel like 6ix9ine has been a very, very strong exhibitor of all these things in the past few weeks. You know what I mean? Mainly because of his court battles, trying to deal with these RICO charges.
The whole come up, really.
Yeah. All that, man. You know, coming from the beginning, starting off with controversy. That's how he started off. You know what I mean? He had 3-4 songs.
Yeah.
And all controversial as ever. But at this point, the conversation is this a learning point for Tekashi or for the community at all? You know what I mean? Or is it just going to end up being fuel to the fire? But before we start discussing that, everything that's gone on in the past few weeks, man. Okay. Along with Tekashi dropping a new album. You know what I mean? That album
Secretly.
dropping after he already went and is in jail and not able to really push that out himself. Still dropped it middle of the week randomly.
Right.
And it got some play. I mean, we were just talking about some tracks a minute ago, you know what I mean?
Play.
And the tracks are solid, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and you could tell from the interviews leading up to this how motivated he felt about this album. This album meant something to him. It was going to be a step forward in his career towards that superstar type of vibe. He was trying to make a statement that he could actually make music, I feel like.
True.
And he dropped some singles leading up to it that sort of helped
They're
show
all
that. So,
singles, honestly. I haven't heard the full album, but obviously dropped, 6 or 7, if not more, singles through his come up.
including that Fifi track
Fifi with
Yeah.
Nicki, you know what I mean?
and Stupid.
Stupid
Yeah.
with Bobby Shmurda, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those are on the album. So it's like
Right.
most of those were singles, and they were.
And Stupid is like top. I mean, first couple songs he dropped, wasn't it? It was like one of the first.
That was more recent. I think.
Okay,
That was
okay,
more
okay,
recent.
okay. But in the end, I didn't. First of all, I didn't expect Stupid to be on the album, so I can definitely say that. I don't know if you did, but I
Do
didn't.
we
expect
really
it to be on
think
the
6ix9ine's an album artist? That's another question we have to ask ourselves before we kind of get into that
What do you
discussion
define as
about
an
his
album?
album.
What do you just see as an album artist, really though?
Can I go?
Yeah,
Yeah,
by all means.
For me, I feel like, I don't know. It might be just because of the person I am. For me, I feel like an album artist is a person that can make, like, I guess you can say, I don't really know how to say. So a project that you can get something from.
Yeah,
It like means something. You know,
conceptual,
something
it's
that's
a
conceptual.
story.
Yeah, it's a
So
storyline.
someone that can drop a project that's conveying one collective message.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
Like it has a
okay.
message. I've listened to the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine album,
Okay.
and I feel there was no message.
concept.
Like every song is like a single, bro. It's like a turn up.
That's
It's
what
a turn up.
I don't have
Yeah.
to listen to the album. I just kind of figured because at the end of the day, he's a singles artist. You know
Yeah,
what I
he's
mean?
a singer. He's a singles artist.
I feel that.
Definitely.
and
feel that.
and we can't really expect him to make too much. As far as the controversy and everything else surrounding
Yeah.
him, you know what I mean? It
It's
definitely
unfortunate.
is. I mean, it's definitely unfortunate, but there's still a lot unknown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still developing, of course.
One thing we do know is that he's facing up to 32 years in prison.
To life.
And his next court date is
A year from
September 4th, 2019, and he was recently denied bail. So he will be in jail, General Pop, until his court date of September 4th, 2019, until he gets to figure out if he's going to jail for 32 years.
Right.
So it's definitely unfortunate, but those are the things that we do know.
Accounts frozen.
we don't know a lot, but those are the things we do know, and we know
Yeah.
he just dropped the album after doing that. So he's
Right.
taken a page out of Gucci, and after everybody else who took a page out of Gucci's book,
Yeah.
dropping projects while he's in jail, easily. You know what I
Vibes
mean?
Cartel, really.
Wayne.
Vibe, yeah, right,
Wayne
true,
did it.
true.
Yeah, plenty of people. have done
Yeah,
it.
man.
Plenty.
But he taking a page from that, trying to stay active. You know,
Right.
he
I
understands that. I mean, he understands that he's a product of the internet.
He is.
Of course, his whole
He
come
definitely
up.
is. So
You
he
see-
has to.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
Yeah.
stay active. If you go to jail, you're done, bro.
Yep.
It's like I'm surprised Bobby Smurder is still being talked about at this point.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a product of the internet. He was a product of the streets. Like he will always come back and have the streets be able to listen to his music.
And that's one of the controversial parts, of course, about 6ix9ine is he was repping the streets, but you know what I mean.
But is
To
he
this day,
really?
we don't really know. You know what I
Right.
mean. A lot of information obviously came out talking about that he wasn't
Fraudulent.
really in the gang.
Right.
He was kind of paying them money, kind of thing.
Fraud.
So.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
We
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean? And
We don't
that's with the internet, and especially as Denzel's been talking about,
Yeah.
social media these
Yeah.
days. That's part of the demons lurking
Exactly.
on
Yes,
social
yes.
media. You can portray yourself as one whole thing.
And
on
it's
social
almost
media.
like running into something like this where everything is flipped upside down is a part of the path in this trend, in this era. You know what I mean? When you're a child of the internet, like Uzi, like
Yeah,
Kodak,
bro.
you know what I mean? People who are able to gain fame purely off of a couple tracks,
Yeah.
and then because of the internet hype, and they don't know what to do with it, they end up going to jail. They end up getting in some type of trouble, or they end up getting to a point where they can simply lose it all if they don't make a good decision. And I feel like it's mainly because of the fact they're being rushed into this before they know exactly what they're doing. You know what I mean?
And,
So
and part of the come up is dictated, of course, by a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making little moments. You know what I mean? Viral moments.
Yeah.
Whether
and it's
they
hard
be,
to gauge whether or not it's illegal or it's just hype.
the
You know?
lines are really blurry, especially
Super
on
blurry.
social.
I mean, I just saw today Kodak just got arrested again yesterday outside of a LA club because of a brawl inside of the nightclub,
Bro.
which is outrageous. I don't know, man. I got a lot of respect for Kodak, man. I'd like to give
Yeah,
Kodak
yeah,
the benefit
yeah,
of the doubt.
definitely.
All right, I
We
just
love
me
his
personally,
music.
Yeah,
I like to give him the
yeah.
benefit of the doubt, man. But yeah, a lot of homies with him. It's easily a case of somebody else scrapping with somebody and you being a
Just-
part of association type thing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But he was definitely in cuffs outside the club, and he's on parole, probation, something
Right,
like
yeah,
that.
so
So
something
his freedom is in jeopardy as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you see the revolving door. It's almost like you can't get away from it. You know what I mean? No matter what they say or do, the lifestyle you live is gonna return back to this center point of being in court or being in jail or
Exactly, yeah.
having your money and your lifestyle and your livelihood in jeopardy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
very, very interesting times, of course, in the days, and
So, no-
that's where we have to ask ourselves, like,
yeah,
With-
is it the end or is it fuel to the fire? You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
yeah.
Like, do you think? I mean, at this case, personally, I feel like 6ix9ine, like you said, arguably the most controversial man on the planet in the hip hop community right now. You know what I mean? Besides maybe Kanye, you know what I mean, or something like that. But if let's say he gets convicted, you know what I mean? Let's say something happens to him while he's in jail. Let's
Right.
say he gets into a fight. Say he gets hurt somehow, severely hurt. Let's say he goes to jail for a real amount of time. Is that going to be a wake up call for anybody? Is it
That's-
going to change something? Personally, I feel like it might be.
That's what I was thinking, bro. I mean, as far as like all these young artists out here now, they just feel like you said, the lines are very blurred. And I
Very.
feel like our upcoming audiences are like, they're younger artists as well.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
younger kids, you know what I'm saying, that's looking at us. And it's like, well, if these people is the ones that's top dog right now, they gonna want to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They think
Especially-
it's a joke now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do this. I could be a gangster. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and
go
that's
to jail.
almost the other
Yeah,
side of it.
yeah, bro.
That's showing that Tekashi, you know what I mean, as he promoted that kind
Yeah.
of culture, he literally made it more popular. People
Exactly,
literally want to
yeah.
go and search for those type of
Yep.
moments, as I said, to kind of get that clout. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A lot of people
Yeah,
talk about the
clout
clout.
chasing.
Yeah, we're literally people clout chasing, doing things just for clout because they know it directly correlates with, you know what I mean, fame,
Money.
numbers. Yep.
numbers,
Support,
attention,
love. You know what I
attention.
mean? So,
Everybody wants a little attention. You know what I mean?
Man,
That's what it
yeah.
comes down to.
well, I guess that's what I'm hoping for. Hoping for a pause, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a pause.
I definitely feel like we're in for another, you know what I mean, 1 to 2 years of continued, you know what I mean, this
Yeah,
level of kind of
definitely.
viral attention and
Right.
almost trash and
Yeah.
just really microwave.
Right,
microwave music.
straight up,
You know
straight
what I mean?
up.
We're in and
It's
and
bad.
that's forces, you know what I mean, us regular creatives or even the general population to just tweak our approach, of course.
Exactly.
You got to kind of change up how you're going to do things if that's the main route to make it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So that's kind of what we have to look
Yeah.
forward to
Yeah,
for the
I
next
guess
couple
so.
of years, I guess.
I guess so.
I
Shout out to
guess,
Kashi.
Shout out to
I
Tekashi.
mean, much luck to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
much
feel
luck.
bad, but
I mean, that's
You don't wanna
another
wish-
that's another element of
you
it.
know,
Everybody warned him.
everybody
told
told him like,
Fat
yo,
Joe warned you. You know you got
Fat
to
Joe
watch out.
warned you, bro.
Dude, Joey
Oh my
Crack was like,
gosh.
they watching you. They
He
watched
said-
me. Watch
Yeah,
out.
bro.
He was
what
like,
you
yeah,
think?
yeah. Nah.
If y'all don't think the
Damn
police
person.
and the feds on the internet, then y'all
Oh, the
obviously
feds,
under a
yeah.
rock.
You ZZ.
Everybody is
After
on
Z after
the
Z.
internet. Don't get it misconstrued.
Big
Yeah.
sleep.
That, of course, is the retwist for the day.
That's the retwist, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Talking about 6ix9ine again. It's Locc.
AT and our special guest,
Special gore.
that
Denzel.
guy, Denzel, of course.
And
He's
the
got a new
artist.
project
Thank
coming
you,
out.
y'all.
I remember.
I remember.
I remember.
Scheduled for, we don't know. It's unknown
don't
right
know.
now. But, of course, we got an exclusive right now.
Heck yeah.
Exclusive
Exclusive song.
track titled Forget. You want to talk about that a little bit?
So
I remember.
I definitely do. So the track "Forget" is coming out with a full scale visual.
Okay.
I can also tease there may be an actual short film coming for the whole project as well.
Jeez.
Have eyes on that.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, "Forget" is a piece of that. So "Forget" is basically about having relationships with people, and that's kind of like the whole project. It's about self-acceptance at the end of the day. But within that storyline, there's you have relationships with, for me, it's girls or a girlfriend. You have relationships with friends. But the song is basically about you taking that heartbreak, and then you know how you feel after a heartbreak. You know what I'm saying?
Move.
True.
And it's like, I want to forget everything.
Trying
you
to
know
move
what I'm saying?
forward,
Like,
trying to
let me
conquer
go
that
out, let me
days,
do
as
this,
we
let me
say.
conquer the day.
Yeah, man.
You
That's
know,
what it's
so,
about at the
yeah,
end of the
bro.
day.
Heck yeah.
Spotlight and freestyle still on the way. Stay tuned, y'all.
On the way.
Denzel.